Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January the 5th, 2021, and I want to be updating you on COVID-19. So Canada has 61,007,254 cases. Alberta has 10,005,535 cases, 1,142 deaths. British Columbia has 54,201 cases, 946 deaths. Manitoba has 25,244 cases, 688 deaths. New Brunswick has 662 cases, 9 deaths. Newfoundland and Labrador has 392 cases, 4 deaths. Nova Scotia has 1,508 cases, 65 deaths. Ontario has 19,007,360 cases, 4,730 deaths. Prince Edward Island has 97 cases, 0 deaths. Quebec has 21,005,358 cases, 8,441 deaths total. Saskatchewan has 16,520 cases, 165 deaths. Northwest Territory has 24 cases, 0 deaths. Nunavut has 266 cases, 1 death. Yukon has 65 cases and 1 death total. So these are the cases that we have across Canada and across the country. So there will be a minister's meeting that will be coming up on Thursday. That's what our Prime Minister just said today. So that's what he says. So I'm going to rereading it. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he's troubled by the slow pace of the COVID-19 vaccine rollout and is vowing to raise the laxer vaccination numbers with the premiers during a conference call later this week. Canada already has received more than 42,004,050 doses of the Moderna and Pfizer vaccine, but only 35% of those doses have been administered by the provinces, with roughly 14,008,000 Canadians having received by a shot so far. Ontario vaccination program has been finally particularly slow. Just 50,000 doses have been administered in the provinces. The campaign began on December 15th. If the province continues to administer just 2,500 shots a day, it will take over a decade to vaccinate all adults in the province. Alberta, BC, and PEI have so far administered the most doses per capita among the provinces, and Manitoba has administered the fewest. Manitoba Premier Brian Polster said his province is disappointingly more people living in rural and remote areas, and it's been difficult to reach those people with the Pfizer product, which has been largely limited to urban areas due to its storage requirements. Trudeau said Canada expected to have roughly 1 million doses of the vaccine on hand by the end of January, even 500,000 people with the 2 doses vaccine regime. He repeated his pledge to produce enough shots to vaccinate every adult Canadian who wants a shot by the end of By September, the country will have to administer roughly 100,000 doses a day for the next 268 days if it's going to vaccinate every adult in Canada by that time. More than 4.6 million people in US have received a shot already. The federal government there has delivered 15.4 million doses to the state, territories, and federal agencies. While all provinces have started delivering shots, most have stockpiled the second dose to ensure they have enough supply on hand. Dr. Theresa Tam, Canada's Chief Public Health Officer, said that because provinces can count on a specific number of doses arriving each week, they can start to vaccinate as many people as possible. So initially, of course, given the supply situation and the uncertainty in December, people were holding back the second dose. Now, with a bit more certainty, in the supply, I think provinces are looking to not hold back that second dose because they want to more rapid immunize the population with the first shot, Tam said. While some countries have floated the idea of simply one dose of the two doses regime or the second dose will be on the recommended 21 timeline between shots, Tam said Canada is committed to following product guidelines from the manufacturers. She added, however, the researchers are studying the effectiveness of a single shot. The work to distribute the vaccine comes at one of the darkest points of the pandemic. More than 16,000 people in Canada have died after contracting the virus. So that's what happened today in the news. But I'm just saying, Trudeau government is going to be meeting with all the premiers on Thursday, and that will be huge because we can see this week with our premier is dealing with things irresponsibly and is not taking nothing seriously. There's no apology until yesterday. The premier decided to apologize and say this mistake, what Albertans were saying was right, that is not acceptable for these people to travel, but it's too late by that time. He had from Friday to make that decision, and he had the Friday to really, if he was sorry, he's supposed to apologize that day and make that right decision. And he decided not to apologize, and he just let it go like this. So there's consequences going to be. People now, when they elected him, people are not going to elect him in the next 2 years or 3 years, like I said, because he's not showing responsibility as a government. He's not showing what needs to do, what right thing he can do. And he delivered really poorly in every way, and we can see how this government is in every way. So I'm not surprised, but even if he apologizes and the ministers and whatever, even if he fires all 5 ministers, that's not going to change anything. People are still disappointed with him because of the way he handled the COVID-19, and people never going to forget how he handled the COVID-19. That year will never be forgotten. Even if he tries to fix things in the next 2 years, he's not going to be able to fix things now. It's going to be very late now. Vaccines are coming, everything's coming, things are slowly going to go back to life normal. He's not going to be able to fix those things soon or later, or even never even, because he doesn't want to take it seriously anyway. He takes these things as a joke. There will be price for it at the end of the day. He knows it. So, right? He knows he damaged himself. You know yourself how good you are, how bad you are, how much people they're gonna like you, and how much people are gonna hate you out there, right? So that's all I'm saying. So this guy, instead of focusing on the vaccines and focusing on what's relevant to Albertans, he's focusing more on how to damage the government. And see, here is the poll now. The poll just came out now of Jason Kenney. So Jason Kenney's government margin of COVID-19 crisis sat at 5 of 27% of the Alberta served. So see, that's 27%. That's nothing for Alberta. He's going low every single day, and that tells you why this is happening. Why his polls keep dropping every day, because of his stupidity that he's talking about. He talks about nonsense stuff people don't want to hear, and that's why his polls are suffering every single day. Even other provinces, other premiers across the provinces and across the territories, their numbers are way high ranking numbers, and their numbers is way bigger and is way adaptable in every way. Look at our premier. What responsibility did he take? And then now his numbers are dropping every day because of his stupidness that he's talking about every day. Every day he says nonsense in the media, and he expects people are gonna believe it. Like coming on Friday and saying these people didn't do anything wrong. He saw these ministers are wrong, whatever. Yes, yesterday he admitted that these ministers are wrong, but that does not change anything. That's not gonna fix his mistakes. This is nothing comparing to how much damage he already did. And then we have a budget also coming up on February with the provincial government. Now, budget is going to be more cuts coming to it, and more damage is going to be coming against that government. And we can see that because in every way, this government doesn't have no winning, no perfect win in any way. And we can see that. You can't say this is just making it up or doing anything, but that's what this Jason Kenney's government is doing. And now when he's at 27%, that makes him he's the worst rating premier in the province. That means people really hate him bad. If there was an election today, he would definitely lose the election. For sure, because he's doing worse than any other premier. Imagine Ontario, they're already upset with Doug Ford, but they don't hate him as much as we hate this guy. And that tells you that some these people maybe they like him. I'm not saying everybody in this province. I'm not saying everybody. I don't know who likes him, who doesn't like him. But majority of our province, of our people, they hate him, and that's the fact. See, 78% satisfied in Atlantic provinces, which were grouped together in the polls. 72% of Premier Francois Legault, Quebec government in Quebec. So see that Premier of Quebec is 72%. And look at our Premier sitting at 27. So even Quebecers are liking it. Though that guy is racist and he's nothing. And I just don't like the Quebec Premier either. But because he's racist, he brought bills, he brought whatever. But he didn't do damage to the country like this guy did. There's no premier that damaged a province this bad as how our premier did. In every way, in every level, we can see how bad this government is. And I'm going to continue reading the polls. The polls, you can find it online or anywhere. So 69% for Premier John Horgan and his NDP government in British Columbia. That's 69. That's still good. It's positive, and that's good. And then 66% of Brian Polster, PC Manitoba, and 58% of Scarborough. So even Manitoba and Saskatchewan, they know the numbers are not that good, but at least their numbers are high enough. People respect them because at least they're not the one of the premiers that are the last or the worst. If you're the worst rating, you look really bad in government, and you're never gonna win election either federally or provincially. This guy, he ruined his future badly in every way. He made us suffer. He made cuts. Nobody told him to do that, but that's what it is. And then not only that, now the budget is gonna be coming in February. There's another 2 years of this premier, and we don't even know how much damage he might even fall to 10%, maybe even he's going to fall to 9% soon. Numbers are going to keep dropping because this guy doesn't want to take it seriously. He doesn't want to. He doesn't care about his future. He doesn't care about the reality, and that's the fact we can see about this premier. And he did this to himself because he keeps damaging, and there's no fixing anything. And then Friday, oh, I made these ministers, I'll fire these ministers, I'll punish them. Or yesterday when he didn't say that on Friday, but he said that yesterday. He said, I'm gonna punish these ministers and I'm gonna fire them and whatever. He already fired maybe 2 ministers yesterday, but that does not make anything. Even one minister decided to resign yesterday, and she wasn't even told by the government to resign. So I'm saying that's not even his plan. This is what happened with Jason Kenney, and that's what he did to himself. He damaged himself. He damaged his future. He damaged his life. I feel sorry for the guy. I don't know what to do, but maybe we shouldn't feel sorry, like I said yesterday, because he deserves it. He damaged himself. Nobody told him to do that, and he did that to himself. So that's why I'm saying at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what is it, but at the end of the day, he lost his future, he lost his life, he lost everything pretty much because he did that to himself. Nobody told him to go and waste his time and not take the future as a joke. And he decided to take these kind of things as a joke, and now this is the price he will pay for it, for the damage he did. So we're going to be moving on. And that's what it is, right? So when you see that kind of mentality of a government is really bad, right? So polls happened as UCP faced travel controversies. So these polls just came in now because people are upset because not only he wrecked the COVID-19, he damaged it and he didn't take it seriously. But on top of that, he's okay with minister traveling, and people are more upset now because people even made fun of those ministers that traveled outside the border, especially that lady when she went to Hawaii. There was a picture that showed that she traveled to Hawaii, and they made fun of her and her name and all that yesterday. So people are really angry out there, and they're really disappointed, and they're really angry. And I'm one of those people because this government, another 2 years of damage. We don't know what kind of damage they will do in the next 2 years, and it's just really sad when you think about this is the government we have. So see, that's what it is. The polls happened as UCP faced travel controversy. So the polls was conducted in the midst of ballooning over the recent international visit by members of Kenny's cabinet caucus and key staff aimed at a pandemic that has given Alberta at times the highest total COVID-19 case count of any province. So Kenny said he hadn't been clear with the staff about whether they should be traveling, but critics point out his own government has warned for months against non-essential travel. So by him saying I wasn't being clear about my staff or whatever, he should have been clear in the beginning. What's he mean? He's using that as an excuse to look stupid in front of the media and in front of everybody. But he knew already about that about his staff are going to be travel. Every government, he's the boss. They work under him. So if you're the boss and somebody's working under you and you don't even have no clue, like where are you? No, I'm not. Are you just any person that doesn't work against the government, or what is it? He knows, and he's just acting stupid in front of the media, saying I did not know, and I wasn't clear on my staff or whatever. You should be clear with your staff because they work under you. You're supposed to tell them already, don't travel, don't go anywhere, don't go any places. You're supposed to be clear about that. But no, this government of Jason Kenney, there's no even thinking ahead of thinking about that kind of stuff at the end of the day. And then now people have to suffer the consequences, and now people have to pay the price for it. People now lost their Christmas, lost their New Year's. How are you going to bring their Christmas back? How are you going to bring their New Year's back? You can't bring those things back. People have to wait till now next year to wait till New Year's come. People have to wait till Christmas next year just to wait for it to come. Because he didn't think smart about it in the beginning. He didn't realize he's the example. It's too late. That's not gonna solve the problem. Even if he says that, he says, "Oh, I did not know. I wasn't aware of my staff." That's not gonna solve the problem. That's not gonna change anything. You made a mistake, and before you said you're not gonna fire people, and now you made people suffer now the whole Christmas. And you think by you saying, "Well, I wasn't aware of my staff," that's gonna make the people happy? No. And there's on top of that, there is more things, more damage he did during the pandemic. Even this is just part of the damage he did. But let's think about this. More damage he did. He cut healthcare workers. He cut healthcare workers. That was the worst thing that he did during the pandemic time. The economy, he damaged it badly. Our dollar is really suffering. Everything is suffering in the economy. In every way, we can see this government is failing and not taking any responsibility in any way. Calgary people are always every day protesting, and they don't want the government. Although Calgary's majority of the votes he got from Calgary, and now Calgary hate him really badly because this is where majority of his votes came from, and that's where this is happening. So this is already a lot of damage this government did. What more damage is he planning to do? And then on top of that, there's no apology from this government. And then we have on top of it, we have our medical health officer, Dina Hinshaw. And again, she's the worst medical health officer that I ever seen in the province. And she's another story too with Jason Kenney, another controller for the government. And at the end of the day, he says, "Oh, I don't work for the government. I don't work for Albertans. I don't work for, I did not get elected from the people." Yes, you did not get elected for the people, but your job is to say accurate information, not to say what the government is saying. And that's what he did. And that's what happened. Because if the government is controlling you, that's not That's not following health and science of the people. And that's what Dr. Dina Hinshaw is doing. She's not following, she's following political. This is political control by Jessica Kenny telling her what numbers to say, what the numbers to say, what to say not. There's no joke. People are dying like crazy. People need accurate information, accurate numbers. And she's not doing that. I don't trust this medical health officer every day giving news conferences and giving stuff. And her numbers maybe not even being accurate. So she's another problem on top of Jason Kenney. We have a medical officer that's not responsible. We have ministers that travel and they're not crazy. And the whole government is just corrupted. And his rating every day is going worse and worse and worse. And last year, he did a lot of cuts on teachers, on staff, and everybody remembers that. Until today, we have cuts, especially in the pandemic. The time that people don't have jobs, people can't work, people can't make money, people are suffering. The whole 2020, what he does in that year, he goes and cuts healthcare workers, and healthcare workers, we need healthcare workers when we go see doctors, when we need help. We don't go cut on money. That's the most important. They just got upset from the government. Doctors are mad at him every day. They're yelling at him because he decided not to do lockdown. When our numbers are really high, doctors were yelling at him and told him, please do a lockdown. And he ignored that. And then he came out in the media and he said, you know what? I'm not planning to do any more lockdown. When I did lockdown in March, that was a mistake. But I'm not planning to do another lockdown. That's the word of Jason Kenney at the end of the day. So nothing he's taking seriously. The reason why we have our numbers this high, the reason why people are dying like crazy every day is all under his responsibility. And every day people are dying, every day he's responsible for that person's death. Because he doesn't know how it feels when you lose a family member. He doesn't know how it feels when you lose a mother or even a dad, or you lose a sister or a brother. He doesn't know that. He doesn't have that feeling. Maybe if that happened to him, maybe he will wake up. If people are suffering every day because of that, people are not going to forgive him this easy. People lost their own family member because of him. And that's what this government did. And now he's trying to take credits from the federal government to look good, but people know the federal government did his part, and he didn't do any part during the pandemic. That's why his ratings are really bad. That's why he's sitting at a 27% because of his corruption at the end of the day. And he did this to himself. Nobody told him to go and do cuts during the time of pandemic, to joke around with people's health. Nobody told him to do that. But no, he was stupid enough. He decided to go and he decided to do these things and hurt people. And now people have to pay the price because of him, because of his stupidness, because of his idioticness. So every day we can see the government going down like crazy, And for the people who lost Christmas and lost everything, I'm sorry for your loss. But this government just does the damage every day and it continues to do that, and it doesn't care about the citizens. And I'm just tired that every day Jason Kenney, every day there's a new story and new problems that he has to come up with, and we have to hear about it. There's no one day passes with no, this government did one thing good for the people. There's nothing. And if you elected this government, I advise you not to elect this government again. Elect an NDP government or any other party, but please do not elect the Conservatives. Really terrible, especially in this province. We had them for 44 years, from the time Ralph Klein until now. I don't even see the Conservative Party ever changed. From that time until now, they're the same party that did that. But at least Ralph Klein and Jim Prentice were not this bad. They were bad, but they were not this bad. This guy went to extreme. And we all remember Jason Kenney, he came as a party head, as a cheater. He cheated to become a leader for the Conservative Party. And that's how he became a leader. So he didn't even earn to become a leader. He just cheated that. And NDP were investigating on his cheating, because he was cheating when they had the Conservative leadership race. And he cheated that. That's, I don't know what it was in 2017 or I don't know, 2016, that's when the leadership was, but he cheated that leadership, and that's how he came to power. And he wrecked that power now for people. Now people are not going to choose maybe a conservative in the next election, because he damaged the party badly. Not even damaged the party badly, But imagine the whole country is looking at us now, how bad we are. Imagine the whole country is watching us, seeing how bad this government is, how bad Alberta is. We look really embarrassed. Because this guy just embarrassed us for nationally how bad we are. Right, and that's what he does. He didn't bring the vaccine. He's not the one who brought the vaccine. He's not the one who did anything. He didn't do anything. And all he cares about is business. And his business is not going to get better until this COVID gets better. Like, even if you're a businessman and you care about your business, at least help the people out during the pandemic. People lost jobs and money. They're like you. You lost businesses, they lost jobs and money. But the least thing you can do is at least help the people during the time of crisis. No, he cared about more about his economy. He wanted to rebound his economy. He wanted to fix the economy. That's all he cared about. He doesn't care about people's jobs or people's health or people's anything. All that is nothing to him. But what's more important to him is my business. That's what needs to be running, and that's what needs to be living. And that's what he needs. That's what he's thinking. That's his mentality. And that's not right to think that way. Because as a government, you work for the people. You don't go work for yourself. And that's what he's doing. He's working for himself. And that's not the right thing to do as a government. That's why people are not going to elect him, because he doesn't know how to run the province. Like I said yesterday, he doesn't know. But if he did, things will be really going well now. These numbers will be going down. Things will be getting better. We can see the government is taking responsibilities, taking action. But the government is the opposite. Is not taking any responsibility. Is not taking nothing. Is everything joking around as a joke. And we see it. And I hope everybody who's watching my video agrees with me what I'm talking about. Because I'm not saying this is a joke. I'm saying this is a fact. That this government is playing people's lives. It's not taking people's lives seriously in any way. And we're all tired of this government. We can't wait till this government leaves for good. But we have to just wait. We have to be patient and wait at least for 2 years now till this government leaves. And I already said yesterday, people were calling the premier to resign. So yeah, I didn't hear anything, but I do see this guy should resign. If he resigns, it'll be better, because we don't need him to rule anymore. He just did a terrible job for Albertans in every way. He made people lose their lives. He made people lose whatever. What economy does he's concerned with? When people lost their lives, people lost their family, people lost everybody during the time of pandemic. It's really sad, and I feel bad. I imagine if that was me, if I lost a family member, it would be really sad to think. And if you guys, if any viewers, if you lost your family member, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry if you lost your family member. I'm really I give the condolence for your family if you lost your family member in any way, because I understand how sad that is. It's not like a premier that does not know how sad it is and how to take responsibility in every way. So we have only 2 years left, and I don't think things will change from now. Things are just going to get worse in the next 2 years, because this government already doing the pandemic damage. Even when, as soon as he got elected in 2019, he started damaging things that time. He didn't wait even. So he's going to just continue damaging things even after the COVID-19, and things are not going to get better. Our economy is suffering, everything's suffering. Teachers lost money, healthcare workers lost money, hospitals. Like this, there's nothing he left every way. And then now he's going to bring a budget also on February, and that's going to include more cuts. Already people are suffering with money, people lost jobs, people, because of the pandemic, everything went down. Now on top of it, he's going to bring February another budget that's going to cause more damage now. And I'm not surprised, because this government, all it's good at is just damaging things. And all of his ministers, I don't like them. His finance minister, his health minister, all of them are terrible ministers. But they don't know, the whole party doesn't know how to run the country. How to run the province, I mean. The whole party doesn't know how to run the province. And it's sad when you see a government like that doesn't even know. You know, and Jason Kenney is like somebody who he said his goal was wanted to run federally, but he's not going to reach to run federally if he can't even control his own territory. How he's going to control a whole country? The whole country is going to be maybe way worse the way he's controlling it now. Imagine that. because this is federally. But he's now Trudeau is handling things way better than him even. But if he went federally, if Jason Kenney went federally, there's going to be chaos the whole country. Maybe the vaccine won't get it, and things are going to get, and there will be cuts and everything, and things are going to be really bad for the whole country, not just for Alberta. Because if he can't even manage only one province, how he's going to manage a whole country? That's the question. He can't. So he wrecked his future. No party is going to elect him, even if he's planning to go federally now. He's not going to be elected federally because everybody can see how bad he is in Alberta, how bad he damaged his province. Because if you always, when the person has a goal, you have to be successful in that goal. But if you're failing that goal, there's no point you're gonna go to the next level. There's no point you're gonna go to a higher position if you're failing in your own position. And that's what he's doing to himself. Instead of fixing things, no, I'm gonna be looking at how to damage things and everything. And that's what he does, and that's what he thinks, and that's what he believes in. And it's sad when you see a government like that doesn't take nothing seriously, takes everything a joke. What can you say about a government like that? Because doesn't know what health means, doesn't know how to deal with patients, how to deal with things. He doesn't know. And that's what I want really people to understand. Because when I'm saying these kind of things, I'm not joking around. I'm being serious that this government is failing every day, and every day they're looking for all type of issues, and that's what it's doing every single day. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But what I advise people to do whatever you want, right? And we're not going to be controlled by the government because the government doesn't know what's doing. It's going to the wrong direction, and we can see it every day. They're going down until they're not even going to get even one person to elect them the next election. He might even do way worse than he did in 2019's election. In the next election, he will, because he can't fix all these mistakes. It's too late now. He had the whole pandemic time to fix those mistakes, and he decided not to do that. So he's gonna have to pay the price for it. So that's what it is, right? We will see the next 2 years how things are going to be, but I'm telling you, things are not going to get better in any way. If you're thinking things are going to get better, they're not. Anyways, I wanna talk to you about something. You know, these videos that I keep recording every day, they're new to me. I never made videos ever before. These days now I'm making videos. They're new to me. I never did videos before. It's my new experience to me. But all I ask everybody to do is at least send me feedback, send comments about my video, and tell me if you like it or not, or if I'm missing something and I need to add it, or what I need to take away from it. So I want your comments and your feedback, so I know that you're encouraging me to continue this video and to continue giving videos. So I hope you guys all like it, but please send me a feedback, like maybe write in the comment write the comment underneath the video, and just write me a comment and tell me if you like the video, you saw is good, my explanation is well done, is it bad, is it poor, is it good? I want your explanation. So you just tell me in detail how you see this video is. I forgot to tell you guys that yesterday for all my viewers, but please, for all my viewers, please send me a comment, send me feedback of how this video is. Is it good? Is it what I'm missing? How things are? So I know that I'm encouraged to continue, and I feel like people like my video and I'm giving good advices. But if you see it I'm poor, or I need to add more to it, or I need to take away more to it, so I want you guys to tell me that I need to take more or add more to it. I just want to know. I want to know my feedback, how it is. So please, if you have time, make that time and just put comment anywhere, and you're allowed, because I'm hearing what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna respond to those comments. Either the next video I will answer to those questions or to those answers. But please send me feedbacks and send me things, right? Because this is new to me. I never made videos before, so I really need your comments or your feedback, and tell me how you see this video as. Is it good? Is it good enough? Is it I'm giving enough information? All that I want to know. So please make that time. Hope everybody understands what I'm talking about, and hopefully I get comments either today, tomorrow, whenever. But just you don't have to write paragraph for me. You can write either a sentence. You don't have to write, if you're thinking you're gonna have to write a paragraph, you don't. You just write me a sentence and just tell me if you like the video, you hate the video, it doesn't matter. But that's only for my viewers that are watching this video. I want you, please, just to write me a comment, to write me some feedback, and that will make me happy, because at least I will be feeling encouraged to continue to making videos. I'll feel encouraged that there's people actually watching this, you know. So that's what I wanna hear from you, right? Uh, so that's what's really important. But anyways, like I said, things are going to be crazy for Jason Kenney. I don't know how things are going to be, because he's not dealing with anything. He's not taking any responsibility in any way, and we can see every day the government is trying to fail and to go down. And it's just sad to see a government like that that's not taking nothing seriously in every way. So we have to make sure that even if the government is doing the wrong thing, we need to make sure that we do the right thing in every way. And that's what's really important. And I encourage everybody to do that, to do the right thing, follow the health rules. But at the same time, if you really want to travel, you want to do whatever you want to do it, because I don't trust this government anymore. I don't see this government irresponsible anymore. It's telling people not to travel, and people have to sacrifice this Christmas and this New Year's not to travel, and he's telling people to travel. And it's just I see it's really stupid. Like, if you're gonna allow your minister to travel, then allow other people to travel, or don't bring the restrictions in and tell people not to travel and stay home and do whatever they want. That's not the right thing to do, and that's what he's doing, because he has to realize. He just realized on Friday that he's giving example. He's showing example as a government. Where he's been. He's a government. What do you mean? Well, I'm supposed to show example to the public. You are the government. Automatically, you're supposed to show an example to the people. Not you're still gonna be thinking about it. So I'm saying this government in every way, we can see this is failing. It's not taking nothing seriously. People need to wake up. People need to see the realities in every way, and that's what really matters. It's not joking around with people's health. It's not doing anything. You know, even now next Monday thing, the restriction is supposed to be lifted next Monday, but now things did not get better. Although he did the restrictions, nothing got changed, because the worship places, he left them open. There's a lot of things he left open, and he didn't bother closing. People are really, and he didn't even do full lockdown. But if he did lockdown, like Ontario did lockdown already, like 2 weeks ago, they did lockdown in Christmas, they did lockdown in the New Year's. This guy, he didn't bother doing lockdown. Instead, he bothered to do restrictions, and he decided just to do restrictions instead. That's what he decided to do. And that's why I'm saying it's really upsetting, because restrictions is not good enough. When you do a lockdown, at least people are not going to be able to go in and out of the province. They're not going to go anywhere. But when there's no lockdown, there's just restrictions. It's not. How that's going to work? That's what he's doing, because he did not bring a serious lockdown. He did not bring something serious that people are going to have. And that's why I'm saying it's really disappointing of this government to see that they didn't bring a serious lockdown. And he already clearly said, I'm not bringing any more lockdown. So I'm saying this government, every day we can see it is going worse and worse and worse. And I'm not surprised, because this government did that to themselves. No way tell them to go and joke around with people's health. But his ratings now are really bad now, and that's what it is, right? And it doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, he damaged that. See, there's another article now that comes. Says, how long do Albertans remember a scandal? It sort of depends. How long do Albertans remember missing out on their mom funeral? See, like people wanted to, in the Christmas and New Year's, they wanted to do something. They wanted to travel. They wanted to go see their parents because this is tradition. And he allows his ministers to go and travel. Like he acting really stupid that he says, "Oh, I did not know nothing about it," and he expects people then to going to believe him. You're the premier. You're supposed to know who's leaving, who's not leaving. How you are. How's like somebody? If I'm a boss and there's a worker and a worker comes to me, a worker comes to me and tells me, I'm gonna be heading to let's say to Toronto tomorrow, and I let's say I put a restriction for example, and then when the media comes to talk to me and I say, oh okay, um I don't know where he went. I don't know where I did not know he went to Toronto. I did not know. I look really stupid because I lied to the public and I told them I do not know where he went. And I'm the boss. I'm supposed to know. So he knows. But he does not want to say, he doesn't want to say I know because if he says I know, he's thinking I'm going to get more mad of it. I know politicians, they lie, but that's really a stupid lie that he's supposed to say, or either he should have fired right away from that day, not wait till Monday until people ask you to fire. It's too late. Automatically, when somebody is not doing their job properly, you're supposed to fire them immediately. You don't wait for the public or other people telling you, okay, can you please fire that person? And then you decide to fire. And that's what he did. Now he's gonna fire his ministers because the public told him to fire. Because he knows public are angry, people are angry in Alberta, and he told him to fire that minister and fire all the other ministers. And now he's gonna give them those consequences. I'm saying it's too late. Why he did not automatically think about it before that? Why now? Why then? That's the question. And he's a premier, and if he can't even think properly, and people have to think for him, then that kind of a premier should not even be ruling a province. That's what I'm gonna tell you, that kind of a premier shouldn't be ruling a province because he doesn't know what he's doing in any way, and we can see that. And it's sad to have a government like that because I've never seen a government this stupid that can't even take responsibility. And Dr. Dina says she's gonna update today and she's gonna say nonsense again today. I don't want to hear from her because I don't like this doctor and I don't see what she's saying is relevant in any way. People are dying like crazy every day and he's more concerned about his businesses every day. Even his own minister, he doesn't know where they traveled. So why are you even a boss? Right? When you're a leader, you're supposed to know where your worker, the people especially they work with under you, they don't have to inform you right away, and they have to inform him. They can't just leave like that. They inform him, and he just acting stupid and told to the public, well, I do not know where this person went. I do not know, and you do know because you just want to look like you don't want to look like an idiot. You don't know what, but he is an idiot. Might as well say I do know because he knows he's doing really bad in Alberta. He knows his ratings are really bad. And if I was him, I would try to fix things, not damage more things again and again and make my reputation get worse and worse. Now he's getting 27%, soon he's going to be 10%, then soon it's going to be 5%, and this is where we're heading, soon or later. Because he doesn't want to stop, he wants to keep continuing damaging and damaging and damaging until I don't know where we're going to head to. So he needs to wake up, realize the reality, and do the right thing. But he's never going to do that. I give up on this premier. 2 years he had that chance, and 2 years he already screwed. Another 2 years, another damage. By the time the election comes, he's definitely going to fail badly. That's where we're heading to, anyways. And we look worse every day now. We talk about the whole country. The whole country looking at us bad. Because there's no premier like him or there's no federal government like him that's bad. You know, I feel like we have Trump in Alberta. This is a democratic country. This is not a dictatorship country, and he needs to know how to rule properly, not rule anywhere, and that's it. And there's no responsibility anyway. And again, Calgarians voted for this guy now. They're really upset. I feel sorry for them, but that's what happens. Everything in life, If you do it wrong, this price you're gonna pay for it. Now they paying the price for it. They're paying the price because they choose the wrong government. They didn't know this government is gonna be this corrupted, this bad, this everything. And now they have to wait 2 years for another election. 2 years is a very long time, because in 2 years you don't know how much damage this guy can do. Like in 2019 he did a lot of damage. In 2020 he did way worse damage. We still have this year left, and we have 2022 left, and then the provincial election is going to be on 2023. Until then we have to wait, and we don't even know how much damage this guy is going to bring in the table. But it will be really devastating, because it's just, like I said, it's just super duper sad, right? And like I said, I'm really sorry for the people who lost their loved ones and you lost their family members. I'm really sorry, and I'm sorry for your loss. That's all I can say. But this government really hurts us all. It's not only hurt you guys, but hurt us, all the people. I know how you feel, and I know how losing a family member, how bad is it. But seriously, it's damaged us in all badly, right? And nothing accomplished. Even Jason Kenney, he said his goal was to build pipelines, to build everything. Pipelines are not going to be built now because, first of all, we have a democratic government that's going to be ruling in the U.S. in the next couple of days, and Biden, he's not going to allow pipelines to be built in Alberta. So in that point, and Trudeau, he doesn't see it. If Biden says no, Trudeau's not going to agree with the pipeline either. So in that point, there will not be pipeline in Alberta. People are going to be upset again now because people elected him because of that too. They elected him to bring pipeline, to fix the pipeline, to fix the rail, to fix all that. That's what they elected for him. But he couldn't even accomplish what he got elected for. That's really bad. When you promise to the citizens, that's what I will do for you, people expect it to be done. But if you can't even do your job, you can't even get your own job done, then what next election you're going to be elected for? You're definitely going to lose badly. You're going to do really bad on that, and that will be the fact at the end of the day. And that's the reality. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what kind of damage he did, but he did this to himself, and nobody told him to go and damage his reputation and do bad. And he just decided, you know what, that's what I will do. I will go and damage my reputation, damage. I don't even think he wants to be a premier anymore, because somebody who just wrecks their future is not he just doesn't care about the job anymore. Besides, he cheated this position. He didn't even get this, but he not even got elected in this. But as a party, he didn't get elected. But as a premier, he got elected. But as a party, he never got elected. When they did the leadership race for the Conservative in 2017 or 2016, there was other Conservatives that were running against him, and he cheated that race, and he won that race, and that's how he became a premier. But at the end of the day, that's what a cheater is, because he doesn't know the job. He doesn't know the job. He's not experienced. He never became a premier. He doesn't know how to run the country. So that's why I'm saying, at the end of the day, people cussing at him, people yelling at him, and he's not going to get another term. He's done. Because he's way worse than the NDP government. The NDP government did a lot of damage. Maybe the pipeline didn't get built. That's one of the things Notley did not get elected for. And when Jason Kenney came, he's supposed to do that pipeline, and he did not until now. He has only 2 years left, and I doubt it in those 2 years he's even gonna focus on that. Right? If a guy that doesn't care about Albertans' health and doesn't care about and cutting jobs and cutting economy, he doesn't care about their economy, he doesn't care about anything, what pipelines he's gonna be building? He's not. And now he can't even do it because now we have another government now in the U.S. We don't have the same Republican government as before. We have now a Democratic government in the U.S. and today they have their own U.S. election for the Georgia, and whoever holds that seat is gonna have the House, the Senate. They're gonna have the control of the Senate. And that's either going to be the Democrats or Republicans, right? So that's really happening in Georgia today, right? And Trump is really doing his best to hold the power. And Trump, really, I see him as a loser, but this guy is trying to become like him. And that's why I'm saying I'm tired of this government, this Jason Kenney's government. And now we have another 2 years left, and we don't even know how things are going to be. Things can get way worse in the next 2 years, right? because, like, again, living in Alberta used to be a good province. We didn't have all this bad stuff. The pandemic came, hit us really hard the whole year, and now things are slowly getting back to normal. But how he's gonna fix all that damage that he did, because the pandemic did the pandemic did some of the damage, and he added more damage to it, and now the damage is a lot. How he's gonna be fixing all that in 2 years? Even if he fixes those stuff in 2 years, that's not gonna make people go back to Christmas or go back to their life. They're not gonna. Even if he fixed those, the people are not. Especially if the ones who especially lost their family member at the time of the COVID, they're not gonna forget that. It's very hard for Albertans to forget what damage he did, because it's not forgettable. Even if I lost a family member at the time of COVID-19, and if I lost a sister or a brother or anybody at the time of the pandemic, I will never vote for this government again. Doesn't matter what they do. Even if they try to fix things in the next 2 years, I'm not gonna vote for them, because he's the one who made me lose my mother. He's the one who made me lose my brother. Why should I vote for him again? He can't bring that back. If he can bring that back, I want to see that, but he's not. It's not possible. We can't bring back the death we can't go from death to living thing. We can't. People die, they die. And that's a fact. And we all know that. So imagine the time of pandemic, people losing their own family member, they're losing their brother, they're losing their sister, they're losing their loved ones. How are you going to bring that back? That's the question. That's why you're saying Jason Kenney, he can't bring that back. He's not going to be able to, and he will lose votes. And the majority of Albertans, they lost those family members, and majority of the public, they hate him, and that's why the rating now is 27%. Because people that lost family members, there's people that the whole time they can't pay for their job, they're losing money, they're losing everything. If I had a job too, I'm suffering. It's really bad for me. So I'm just saying, in every way, like he's acting like he's a good guy, and he's everything. And he isn't. He didn't do anything for the public. He doesn't deserve even to become a premier in the next 4 years, and another 4 years. And even if people elect him again in the next 4 years, I'm gonna leave this province, because at the end of the day, I don't want to live in a province that they're okay with the government that's corrupted. But I know Albertans, they're not gonna vote for him again. I know this time Albertans are gonna be smart enough, and they're gonna vote for the right government, because we don't need a government like that. Even when we had the NDP government, they were not this bad. There was some effort done, there was some work done. It wasn't like this. There was no jobs, there's nothing, everything, the economy went down, everything, and then so much cuts. Even the NDP, they never did cuts in healthcare, they never did cuts in any sector, they never did cuts. This guy did cuts in every sector. He never left one sector, one area without cuts. The school, he did cuts. The education, he did cuts. The healthcare workers, he did cuts. People who work in oil and mine company, he did cuts. There's nowhere he left without cuts. In every sector, he damaged them badly. And he expects the economy is going to get better when he does cuts. And then on top of it, now the pandemic came. And he's still worried about his economy. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, he just, what he sees is just for himself. He just sees, I need to have the money, I need to work, I need to all that. But for the people, he doesn't realize he's acting like a citizen. He's not acting like a premier. Because if he was acting like a premier, he would work for the people. But no, instead of that, he acting like a citizen, because what he's doing, he is just working for himself. He's acting like us, like we work for ourselves. When we go to work, we want to get money. We tell our boss we want money. He's acting like that. He's not acting like a premier who's working for the province. He doesn't act like it, and that's why people are upset, because he's just selfish. He doesn't care about others. He just cares about himself. And that's what we see from this premier. And we know how he is. So I'm saying, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the result is. But seriously, this government rated enough damage, and if they think they can control us any longer, they can't. They don't have no power. They lost everything. They lost all the damage they needed. They're not gonna have the power to do whatever they want afterwards. So they need to wake up and know the reality and know what the right thing to do is. Not go and abuse power. And he's abusing power. Instead of making things, and now there's gonna be a meeting that's gonna be coming on Thursday. Now we don't know how that meeting is gonna go. he's the worst premier, and he should be really embarrassed because even politicians across the country, they know how bad he is. Everybody across the country know how bad you are. That's really embarrassing to see that. Every day I watch the news, I can see internationally people are giving examples. Governments are giving examples. This is not people can even use this government and an example. How bad is it? They can. Any government can see the say Jason Kenney government is not taking it seriously. They can fight that. So we are being used as example. We look really bad across the country, and the premier is just sitting there relaxed, not doing anything about it. If I was him, I'll start fixing things and make things way get better, but not sit down, relax, and act normal like I'm like my numbers are really high and I did a lot of job and I did a lot of work and I helped the citizens. He's not doing nothing. He's taking everything as a joke. To what seriousness he has. He doesn't have no seriousness, nothing. It's sad when you see a government like that. So it does not matter anyways. But what I'm saying at the end of the day is people can do whatever they want because the government every day they're going down and they're losing more trust. They're losing more people cannot trust this government anymore. So that's why I'm saying if people don't want to trust this government, I agree with you. We shouldn't trust this government anymore because this government doesn't have no trust anymore. It has no value, it has nothing. So what we need to do is maybe do whatever we want to do afterwards. Because even if you're going to control the people, you have to have a reason. And if you bring a restriction or if you bring a lockdown, you have as a government, you have to make sure you follow that. It's not just bringing it and you don't follow the rules and expect people to kind of follow the rules. It doesn't work that way. You bring the restrictions, you make sure that you follow the rules and you follow the guidelines. You don't go and just bring something and then leave it and that's it. And that's what this government is doing. You brought something in, and at the end of the day, just leave it. It does not matter at the end of the day. And even his party told him that non-essential traveling is not mandatory. They told him that. And he's acting stupid and saying, I did not know my ministers have been traveling. And he keeps saying that every little bit. And that really bothers me because that's a lie. You knew that your ministers were traveling. You knew, and there were 5 of them. How you will not know 5 of your ministers where they were heading to? That's just lie in your face and lies to the public by convincing to the public that that's what happened in public. Some people, yes, they didn't believe that stuff, and people they know that this is stupid thing what he's saying. This is not true what he's saying. And we all know this is not true because no way that you're the boss, you're the leader, and you're the premier of the province, and you will not know that. That's just silly. That's just stupid thing to say to the public, saying I do not know where. Like you have a friend, let's say you and your friend you go to shopping and then your friend tells you I'm heading somewhere, I'm heading I'm heading home, and then you have your other friend coming or your family and they tell you where your friend went and you say I don't know where my friend went, I don't know where they went. You look stupid now in front of the people because you're just lying to them in the face. So I'm just saying at the end of the day, that's what he did. That's what exactly he's doing. Like what I'm saying right now. He's doing that and he does the only way he's thinking he can convince people and he can control people and he can't do that. Some people they're gonna know he's a liar, they don't because there's no trust in this government in any way. They say anything. Nobody trusts them anymore. We're really upset and disappointed and I agree and I'm one of these people that I agree, but he lost his career. He lost his career. He's very stupid. Now I'm happy he damaged himself because now he's not going to be able to run. Next election, he's not going to be able to run. In the following election, he's done in every way. There's no spot for him anymore. Even if you fix things in the 2 years, people are going to say, what you did in 2020, we're never going to forget. Because this is the time of the pandemic and this is the time you show to the people how much you care about them. And this is the time he proved to the people how much he doesn't care about them. And that's what he did at the time of the pandemic. So definitely when it comes to the next election, he will not win. Because people know he hates them. He doesn't care about them. He doesn't care what they do. He doesn't care. But the government, you're supposed to care because you work for the people. because you're the one who got elected because of the people. You got elected because of the people. So people, when they elected you, they expect you're gonna do the job, you're gonna do the right thing, you're gonna create jobs, you're gonna build a pipeline, you're gonna do everything that people expect you to do. But what he did in the 2 years, we saw the opposite. We didn't see pipeline getting built, no jobs got created, more cuts happening, nothing. And now he's rating, and then on top of it, now he's denying that he did not knew that that his minister was traveling, and he can't even apologize that until yesterday. Albertans convinced him to apologize. They want a demand from the premier to apologize, and then the premier said, "Yeah, Alberta's alright because what they said that traveling should not be allowed and whatever." But imagine if the public did not say anything, he still won't apologize because he's just a cold guy. He just had to say it because he doesn't want to look bad in front of the people. It does not matter. If you really look bad, continue being bad because that's how you are. You're never gonna change, and that's what this premier is doing. Not fixing any problems, not fixing nothing. So that's Jason Kenney. So we all know that's what he's gonna do. That's his goal, and that's his plan. It's sad to see a premier like this that he just doesn't see people's health and people's future doesn't matter. It's just right? Because some people they're poor, they can't even eat maybe a day. Some people they lost family member, they're living alone now, they can't pay rent, they can't pay like and you're okay just cutting and people dying every day. Now you say healthcare worker died. These healthcare workers, imagine if we lose so many of them. These are the people that give us the vaccine. These are the people that do all that. These are the ones that work in the hospital. Now when we're sick, how are we gonna have? It's under him. Everyday people are dying. Everyday people are dying. Every day he's going down and down and down. So he's just running after damage, and that's all he's doing as a premier. He's not looking forward to being a good person and helping out. He just wants to be selfish. He doesn't want to help people, and he just wants to sit back and not do anything about it. That's how our premier Jason Kenney is. And his rating is 27%, and that's nothing in Gina. Things are just, and his rating is going to get worse and worse and worse. Soon it's going to be 5%. It's going to be 1%. Nobody's gonna elect. No Albertan is gonna elect him. There's maybe one Albertan, maybe even zero Albertans. Maybe NDP is gonna be winning majority next time. Because people know at least Notley, she wasn't that good enough, but everybody agrees that Notley wasn't as bad as this government. At least she's a little bit better than this government. She didn't do cuts. She didn't do any of that. But this guy came in power with all that damage. And I know Calgarians they thought this guy's gonna be good, but Edmontonians were smart, but Calgarians decided, you know what, we're gonna be electing this guy, and now they're paying the price for it for at least another 2 years now that's left. Anyways, that's politics, that's Alberta, and that's how things are, right? Anyways, like I said, I expect people to send me comments about this video, how things are, how if you like this video or not. Please send me back comments, send me back feedback so I can continue making new videos. And at the same time, if you have any questions aside with that too, send me questions. Either you can either send me questions if you have questions, but send me comments because I really want to know. Send me feedback. I really want to know if you like this video or not, and that's what I want to know. Thank you for all my viewers that are watching this video. I hope you benefited a lot from this video, and like I said, just send me comments when you have time. And that's all I have to talk about for today. I hope everybody have a great day and stay safe and stay healthy. And I will see you tomorrow.